Get your mic right.
You really try to put that on me, are you?
Yeah, really quick. Thank you.
Hey, do me one favor. Let me get this formal stuff out of the way, and then you guys can come a little bit closer, but I don't think you want to be there for the formal stuff. Just give me a foot or two. But as soon as we get that statement going, we'll get that done. Sorry about that one. I don't know how to... Okay. Y'all good? The state of Texas has executed Larry Swearingen. He did provide a brief final statement which read, "Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." The time of death was officially 6:47 p.m. It was the 12th execution in the United States this year, the 4th here in Texas, and there are 11 additional executions scheduled between now and the end of this calendar year. Any questions? Okay. I also have a statement from the family that they would like me to read, and I'm happy to do that. And it reads as follows. Today, justice was served for Melissa. We want to thank everyone for supporting our family over these 20 years. This process has been overwhelming. We want to praise God for getting us through this horrific ordeal. We feel now we can move forward and start the healing process. We've managed to make it through this with everyone's support, beginning with the Melissa Recovery Center led by her uncle, Richard Sublett, and many volunteers. Our family, friends, law enforcement, the media, and the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office should be thanked for their diligent work in this case. Another special thank you to Janice Sager of the Victim Services Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. She has been a rock for our family. We want Melissa to be remembered as a happy, loving, kind spirit with a beautiful smile. Thank you for your support and prayers. We always knew justice would prevail for Melissa. And their statement is written on this. They won't be taking any questions, but they thank you for your attendance. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Everybody good? By the way, the woman in the black who was hugging Mom there at the end, that's Janice Sager from Victim Services. She's our lead victim service liaison for all the execution cases. Anybody who wasn't inside that needs a copy of otherwise I think everybody's got it.
You were just listening to a live press conference here in Huntsville. I'm Grace White, covering the execution of Larry Swearingen. We're going to go ahead and step away from the podium here and bring you into another area so that we can update you on exactly what happened. Again, this was a case that had been going on for 2 decades. It's the 1998 murder of Melissa Trotter. She was a Montgomery College student who was strangled to death in the Sam Houston National Forest. So again, if you're just joining us, I'm Grace White tonight here in Huntsville, updating you on the execution of Larry Swearingen. I did serve as a media witness tonight. We believe it's important to cover these cases from the beginning to the end, and this is a story that KHU has been following for years, so we wanted to be here tonight to witness this execution. This is the 6th time that Larry Swearingen has had an execution date set, and as I mentioned, I was serving as a media witness inside. His time of 4:47 p.m. We entered the room and were on the victim's side of the viewing. Mr. Swearingen never turned to look at the victim's family, and he did not have anyone present to view the execution on his behalf this evening. On our side of the room was Melissa Trotter's family, her mother, her father, family members that embraced each other during those final moments of Mr. Swearingen's life. He did give a last statement before he passed away. He said, "Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they are doing." Again, Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. That's the final statement from Larry Swearingen, who was convicted of the 1998 murder of Melissa Trotter. We just heard from TDCJ officials. Melissa Trotter's family chose to release a statement. They were standing at the press conference just a few minutes ago together behind the TDCJ official that read their statement. They said, quote, "Today, justice was served for Melissa. We feel now we can move forward and finally begin to heal." Again, her mother, her father, her relatives standing alongside TDCJ officials. They did extend their thanks to law enforcement who've worked tirelessly on this case. They also noted that they want Melissa to be remembered as a happy young woman. Earlier today, there was a pending appeal before the U.S. Supreme Court. Swearingen's filed several appeals over the last 2 decades. Before going into today, he had several appeals that were already denied by the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals and the Fifth Circuit, but he did have one final appeal today before the U.S. Supreme Court. We heard shortly before the evening got underway that appeal was also denied. His attorney confirmed that to us, and so we knew then that the execution would be carried out here in Huntsville, again, for the 1998 murder of Melissa Trotter. We'll be bringing you more information tonight at 10 o'clock as we continue to cover a case that KHU's covered from the very beginning. Thanks so much for joining us.